Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'm going to talk about how to use your relationship to work on yourself. One of the most common advices when it comes to relationships is make it work. Like we want you to make it work, like we want to make it work. So we've been so conditioned with social norms of permanence or permanence of a relationship, and that's one of those inscribed rules in fact most of your wedding vows, like till death do us apart. So there's just this general look at a relationship between you and your partner, or the two of you, and not the relationship between you and yourself. So because of this, we may always fight to preserve the relationship because the exit doors, or because leaving the relationship is not that easy, or the exit doors are not that easily accessible. And we've also been deeply conditioned, or we've learned to prioritize the life of the relationship even in front of our lives sometimes. So of course there's no problem with committing to a relationship, but it poses a great risk when you start neglecting yourself for the sake of the relationship, or when you start not taking care of yourself in any kind of way just because you want to keep the relationship, or you are putting all your effort in the relationship instead of yourself. This is the point where you may lose yourself trying to fix that relationship or trying to make it work, and at times of course it may bear fruit. Your efforts may bear fruit, but at times you may find yourself stuck in an unhealthy situation. That's why I do think that instead of making it work being the best relationship advice, the best advice should be use a relationship to work on yourself. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, and shedding some light on why a relationship may actually be the best place for you to work on yourself. So regardless of if you are in a healthy relationship, unhealthy relationship, a relationship is actually the best playground for your triggers and deep insecurities. So being in a relationship will bring up your triggers, or will bring your triggers to the surface, or will bring your vulnerabilities to the surface, as you are more likely to let your guard down and open up to your partner. And triggers are actually emotional wounds from our past experiences that can be activated by certain situations, or by certain events, or by certain interactions. And it often leads to these strong emotional reactions, or some defensive behaviors like extreme anger, rage, emotional overwhelm, or extreme silence. So it's just where you find yourself doing something which is out of the you didn't expect to do it. So in a relationship, your triggers can be anything from feeling abandoned, feeling unheard, feeling criticized, feeling controlled, to even feeling like your needs are not being met by your partner. And the thing is about our triggers is we are not mostly aware of these triggers in our lives, because most of them are buried in the deep layers of our subconscious mind. And they mostly show up when there is an occurrence of a current event which has very close resemblance or very close similarity with those past traumatic events. For example, if your partner tells you that he or she doesn't love you, it may trigger a past event where your parents told you they don't love you, or acted unlovingly towards you. And most of these triggers can be rooted in your childhood experiences, or past relationships, or just any other painful traumatic life experiences. It's also important to understand that your triggers are not your partner's fault, because I've seen people saying that my partner is triggering me, and then they get angered because they're being triggered by their partner. So the thing is, when there's a trigger, or when you're triggered, it means there's a wound in there, or deep within you, and it was there, and it was not caused by that current circumstance. It was caused by a past circumstance. Of course, in some cases, let's say in case of toxic relationships, your partner may intentionally trigger you as a tool of control and manipulation, but that's different. So a relationship will also bring to light some of your fears and of course some of your deep insecurities, and this can be something like worrying if you are good enough, comparing yourself to others, extreme jealousy, fear of being alone, or just anything related to your weak sense of self, or just anything related to your low self-esteem. And the thing about relationship is, of course, it will be having these challenges and conflicts, which will of course push you to your limits. It will push you to your limits spiritually, it can push you to your limits physically or emotionally. So unlike other situations, let's say you're interacting with a stranger and then you don't feel that the stranger is good for you, you might just leave the situation. But now, a relationship or in a committed relationship, it may not be easy to escape from all those problems. So you may rise up and start developing solutions to those problems. So all these things actually will just point out, all these things in relationships actually, sorry, will point out areas in your life which you've got to deeply work on. So a relationship can be a perfect catalyst for your own personal growth. So as the relationship is exposing those things, as the relationship is exposing those wounds, those fears, those insecurities, your job and responsibility should be to work on them, should be working on yourself. And of course, where possible, in like healthy relationships, your partner can be your greatest support and encouragement as you work towards becoming the best version of yourself. And the thing is, working on yourself will be so rewarding for you and your partner, because you'll be fully present in the relationship without letting fears, unhealed parts within you, insecurities, and worries get in the way of you enjoying that relationship. So when you work on yourself, it also benefits your partner. The other benefit and the most important benefit of working on your self-esteem and working on your unhealed parts when you are in a relationship is you will start developing a better view or a better outlook of the relationship. Because sometimes you may think we are in a healthy relationship, but maybe your measuring tool is flawed, or maybe your lens is broken, or maybe you are viewing it from a distorted perspective. And the thing is, when you are deeply insecure and unhealed, or you are still carrying past experiences with you, there is a high chance that you'll always settle for less, or you'll settle for a toxic relationship. This is because you just have negative beliefs about you, negative beliefs about relationships, and negative beliefs about love. So we'll tend to cling to life circumstances which reinforce those beliefs. So when you work on yourself, you are just but dropping those negative beliefs, and this will help you see the relationship for what it is. Your partner may not, of course, be supportive of you when you are working on yourself, especially when you are in an unhealthy relationship. But the best thing to do is look at it as if you are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for your own inner peace. And as you work on yourself, you'll be building your inner strength. You'll be building your self-esteem, which will even make it easy for you to leave that relationship if need be, or to assert your boundaries, or to raise your voice in that unhealthy relationship. So there is nothing bad which will come out of working on yourself or doing this inner work, and it doesn't have to start after leaving that relationship or after being in an abusive relationship. No, you can start working on yourself now, and working on yourself now is what we can call a journey. It's a continuous progress, and actually there is no formula to living a quality life than just doing the work and using all your life circumstances are like these angels in this journey. So every life circumstance, every interaction, every relationship always has a lesson, and it's up to you to find the best way to use those experiences to elevate your own consciousness, or to learn or to unlearn some of your beliefs. So regardless of if you are in a toxic relationship or unhealthy relationship or a healthy relationship, even, always work on yourself. You never know if you are settling for less till you really work on yourself on a deeper level. Hope you found that informative, guys. Until next time, have a nice day.